I can't be threatened by Zuma. No, I defeated Zuma. Zuma thought he buried me, expelled me from the ANC for comparing him with Thabo Mbeki, for saying there is a regime change which happened in Botswana now. I was guilty for that. I was expelled from the ANC by Zuma.
I was expelled from the ANC by Cyril Ramaphosa.
Dariganokom suspended us for 5 years. Me, 5 years. Floyd, 3 years. Magata, 1 year. When we did an appeal, mine changed from 5 years suspension to expulsion. Cyril changed it to expulsion. Henokom didn't expel me. I was expelled by Cyril. And then Floyd, 3 years. Floyd was not expelled. He resigned on his own. And then Magata remained. And then he finished his 1 year.
Coming now to the appeal by Julius Malema on his own with regard to charge 1. The appellant was charged with contravening Rule 25.5I of the ANC Constitution by behaving in such a way as to provoke serious division or breakdown of unity in the organization, in that he addressed a press conference on 31st July 2011 at the conclusion of the ANC Youth League NEC meeting, where he said, amongst other things, in the past, we know President Mbeki used the agenda very well. The African agenda is no longer a priority, and we think that there is a temptation by the colonizer and the imperialist to want to recolonize Africa in a different but sophisticated way, and President Mbeki stood directly opposed to that type of conduct. The NDC found that through these utterances, the appellant sought to portray the ANC government and its leadership under President Zuma in a negative light, which therefore had the potential to sow division and disunity in the ANC. After hearing the arguments of both parties at the NDCA hearing, the NDCA is satisfied with the reasoning of the NDC and finds no basis to vary the finding of the NDC. The appellant appeal is therefore dismissed. The appellant was charged with contravening Rule 25.5C of the Constitution of the ANC by behaving in such a manner as to bring the organization into disrepute, in that he addressed a press conference on 31st July by making announcements, amongst others, that the Botswana leadership of government poses a serious threat to Africa. So we need a progressive government in Botswana. We are not going to sit with neighbors that conduct themselves like that. Botswana is in full cooperation with imperialists, and the government is undermining the African agenda. The ANC Youth League would establish a Botswana command team which would work towards uniting all opposition forces in Botswana to oppose the puppet regime of Botswana led by the Botswana Democratic Party. The NDCA, having examined the records, heads of argument, and the findings of the NDC where this issue was canvassed and dealt with exhaustively, we are satisfied that the NDC's finding and that on applicant's own evidence, he was not acting in a representative capacity. Consequently, the NDCA finds no reason or basis to vary the findings of the NDC. The appellant's appeal is therefore dismissed, and the guilty finding of the NDC is confirmed. Sindiso Magata's appeal against his conviction for contravening Rule 25.5.0 of the ANC Constitution is dismissed, and the guilty finding by the NDC is confirmed. Appeal of Floyd Shibambo, the appellant's appeal against his conviction for contravening 25 50AA, BB, and CC of the ANC Constitution is dismissed on both counts, and the guilty finding by the ANC is confirmed. The appeal of Julius Malema, the appellant's appeal against his conviction for contravening Rule 25(5)(I) of the ANC Constitution is dismissed, and the guilty finding by the NDC is confirmed. The appellant's appeal against his conviction for contravening 25(5)(C) of the ANC is also dismissed, and the guilty finding by the ANC and the NDC is confirmed. In terms of the articulation between the ANC Constitution and Article 11(2) of the ANC Youth League Constitution, any sanction imposed by the NDC resulting in the imposition of a penalty of suspension of membership or expulsion from the ANC shall be applicable to the appellant's membership of the ANC Youth League. This finding of the NDCA was adopted unanimously by all the members of the NDCA who are sitting right in front of me, who are namely Trevor Manuel, Bridget Mabandla, Jeff Hadebe, and Jesse Duarte. It was a unanimous finding, and this then concludes the work of the NDCA, or the announcement that the NDCA wanted to put forward.
The most important person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs.